Lauren Steiner with the Robust Opposition. Why are you here today?
Because we believe that the planet is warming and that there is a crisis that needs to be addressed, and the government's not doing enough, our policymakers aren't doing enough, and so we need to stand up and protest and let them know we're angry as hell and we're not going to take it anymore.
Great. And how old are you? What grade are you in? And do you have anything to add to what your mom said?
I'm 12 and I'm in sixth grade. And I think that the schools don't teach us enough about this, so we have to walk out, and I think that's so, yeah.
Now, let me ask you something. If a one-day walkout is not going to do the trick, do you think that we need a mass strike, that people should stop going to work, stop going to school, and they really need to just be in the streets continually in order to make a change? And if so, if you think that, would you be willing to do that yourself? Would you be willing to keep your son out of school?
Yeah, in fact, I just started something called the Climate Emergency Fund with Eileen Getty and Trevor Nielsen, and the idea is to actually finance and support acts of disruption. People getting into the streets, people protesting, and I think that is 100% what we need right now. The gradualist effort is not working, and we need to get out in the streets. And if you look at the history of large movements and change in America, they've all started with people getting to the streets. The civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, labor movement. We have to get into the streets, we have to make demands, and we have to make people a little uncomfortable, and if that means shutting down roads and shutting down highways, I'm sorry that it's going to take you longer to get to work, but there's a big issue going on right now.
Well, I was part of the Occupy movement, and I was just saying to my viewers, I haven't seen this many people here at City Hall since Occupy, which was 8 years ago, and this is what we advocated for. But what I thought was a mistake about Occupy was not entering electoral politics. And right now we have a candidate, I think you can see who it is by looking at my hat, who I think has the best plan and also has the track record and commitment to fighting for it. And more than that, has the base of support to actually understand his slogan is not me, us. He knows that just if he gets elected, he's not going to be able to do it by himself. And his people, his million supporters, and he just reached 1 million donors yesterday, are materially affected. Whereas someone like Elizabeth Warren, who I admire very much, I recruited her a draft for Senate in 2014. I wanted her or Bernie to run. She has a completely different support base. These are people who are well off, for the most part, highly educated.
I will just to say I think that we have to be really strategic myself about who we nominate. And I think it's really important that that person can win Wisconsin, as well as Pennsylvania and Ohio and Florida, particularly Wisconsin. And so I personally feel that Elizabeth Warren would be the best president. I think Bernie Sanders would also be a great president. I love Bernie Sanders, but I would personally feel like Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren have a better chance of winning Wisconsin, so I'm voting for them.
Oh, okay. For them?
One of them. One of them. I don't know which one right now, but I'm in their camp. I'm not in Bernie Sanders.
Are you a California voter?
I am.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah.
You look identical to Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s daughter. Are you?
I am. I'm Rory Kennedy.
Oh, my God. So, right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate
you.
Yeah, Lauren Steiner, I'm going to give you a card, and I would like to I do a show called The Robust Opposition. I'd love to have someone, if not you, any person that you want to designate on my show to talk about this fund.
Okay, great.
All right?
Thank you.
I interviewed Varshini Prakash, who's the founder of the Sunrise Movement. I had Daniel Ellsberg on my show, peace activist David Swanson last night. So, looking at you, and I'm seeing, I didn't want to be presumptuous,
This
of course.
is my daughter, Bridget.
Hi, Lauren Steiner.
And
nice to meet you.
This is my son, Zachary.
Nice to meet you, Zach. Okay.
And Georgia. And Georgia. This is my daughter, Georgia.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you, Lauren Steiner. So, I'm an activist and an organizer as well as an independent journalist. So,
supporting all of this effort, it's fantastic.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And your father was, I was just a child, obviously, when he was killed, probably a little older than you. But he was a great inspiration, and I always use his quote, and I'm probably going to bastardize it, but you're going to get the gist of it. Some people see things as they are and say why. I see things as they could be and say why not. That's been a motto.
Yes.
Say it right. Say it right for me.
I see things that now I'm going to mess it up myself that never were and ask why. I don't know. Anyway.